Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, Lisa Barlow is dishing on the new season of Salt Lake City.
Just from what I lived, I would definitely say the key word for me for this season is retaliation.
Plus, the Kathy Hilton of it all. We're tackling the drama behind the Beverly Hills meltdown of the season. Plus, is David Beador getting a divorce or not? We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here, and I am so excited to have my girl back. Executive producer Mandy DeCamp is back from maternity leave with the cutest little baby boy I've ever seen. Mandy, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Yeah, Bobby's doing well. He's, I don't know, almost 3 months now, which is crazy. He's been watching Housewives with me. He's a very good boy.
I was going to say, have you been keeping up on your Housewives drama?
Oh, I sure have. You know, whether or not we do the show, I will always watch Beverly Hills. And this season is not disappointing.
Not disappointing at all. I'm so excited to get all your thoughts on Beverly Hills. But before we get to get all that, we have to hear what you guys had to say about last week's show. Icy Cool says, actually, many people don't want to see Erica on television anymore. She's way too dark and problematic. A lot of people, Mandy, this season have been saying that they want this Fab Force 5 to be broken up. They really want a cast shakeup. I mean, what are your thoughts?
You know, I've been reading some of the comments that people do not like Lisa Rinna. I love Lisa Rinna, so that it's very hard for me to hear, you guys. Yeah. I love Lisa Rinna. I want to keep her. Although I just heard some crazy rumor that she is asking for $2 million an episode, which if that's the case, fire Lisa Rinna, because that's insane.
Crazy.
Radar Online is saying it. Who knows if it's true?
Who knows if it's true, but we did notice that she's not on the tip sheet for BravoCon that was released. So I don't know. Maybe she's not coming, or at least she's not coming to BravoCon, but maybe she's not coming back to Housewives either. We'll have to wait and see.
Erica, which is what Icy Cool commented about. I could go either way. I agree. I don't know if I need to see a third season talking about her legal stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. But then it's like, what's her storyline then? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to see her dating and actually going on dates this season, but we really haven't seen that. She talked about it a little bit, but she didn't actually go on dates.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. It would be interesting to see her get back out there, but we'll see.
I feel like even though we know so much about Erica, there's still like she won't let cameras in on certain things, like going on a date, you know?
Right. And that's like kind of like, and that's the argument about Lisa Rinna too. It's like she stirs the pot with everybody else in the drama, but we know nothing about her life really.
Okay, now that you say it that way, I get that.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay. Honey Fun says, considering they did a whole episode of Rinna going on QVC and Erica going on stage and Dorit with her bikini line and Kyle with her shops, why can't Kathy have some talk of her tequila? LOL. That's a valid point.
I agree. I mean, and they did a whole wedding dress fashion show for Derick as well, like at her house, at her home. So everybody's allowed to plug their things. Kathy Hilton should be able to do a little tequila tasting.
I agree. My mind goes immediately to Craig with on Southern Charm doing Sewing Down South. I mean, they talk about that like 3 times an episode now. And Austin with his Trop Hop.
The beer,
like everyone promotes their own businesses. So good for Kathy Hilton. I mean, granted, her last name is Hilton, but she still deserves a little plug.
She still deserves it. All right. Well, let's move on to some news of the week. So this is kind of confusing. So Real Housewives of Orange County star Shannon Beador's ex-husband, David, filed for divorce from his wife, Leslie. So according to documents obtained by TMZ, on September 16th, David cited irreconcilable differences as his reason for the split. They listed their date of separation as September 15th, so the same day that the California native filed for divorce. They've only been married a little shy of 2 years. So the pair, they also share a 19-month-old daughter, Anna Love. They announced they were engaged in January of 2020. That was just 9 months after David and Shannon reached a divorce settlement. At the time, Leslie shared a selfie of herself, and David showing off her diamond on Instagram, writing, "Looking forward to eternity with my love. I love you." So yesterday, Leslie posted this on Instagram saying, "My husband filed a request for dismissal a few days ago." She then tagged herself 3 times and said, "Now back to your regular programming." So this is a bit confusing. We don't know if they're definitely filed for divorce or not. Shannon and David were married for 17 years. They have a few children together as well. So then Shannon and David announced their separation in October of 2017 and filed for divorce in December of that same year. So it seems like maybe they reconciled. I know that we kind of looked into it. We didn't really see a dismissal of the divorce yet. But, as of when we shot this, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, look, they have a 19-month-old daughter. For that reason, I hope they work it out.
Yeah.
For our purposes, I hope this becomes a storyline on the season. You know? I don't know if they're shooting right now.
They are still shooting. They are still shooting. Yeah, they are still shooting. So hopefully this gets brought up because I love to see what Shannon Storms has to say about this one.
I hope there was cameras on Shannon Bedore when the first initial divorce got filed, or whatever it's called, got filed. And then I hope again when this girl posted it that it's being dismissed.
So strange.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like, it just goes to show, maybe if you get into a fight, give it a beat before you rush down and file for divorce.
Why'd she tag herself 3 times in that post? What a weirdo.
So strange.
I mean, she's married to David Bedore. She can't be that normal. Sorry.
That is true.
All right. Well, I'm very excited about this fun story. So John Hamm, who, if you watch Mad Men like I did, absolutely love John Hamm. He was on the Howard Stern show this week and revealed he's actually a super fan of the Housewives. He said sometimes there will be a Real Housewives watching when we sit down and eat dinner. He's talking about him and his wife, which I just love because same. That's what me and, I make my husband watch it with me as we eat dinner. And so I'm like, John Hamm stars are just like us, you guys.
They seriously are.
Yeah. So take a look at this clip of him on the Howard Stern show.
I resisted it too. For decades, I thought it was the low-hanging fruit, the lowest common denominator. I can't with this. I would see them out in the wild, and you just see this pack of cameras and lights. I'm just like, what kind of existence is this?
Are you like me that you only watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, or are you into these other franchises? I only watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yes, I watch that one because that one's on now. But the one that got me started, the first hit of the pipe,
New York,
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh, the New Jersey one.
Started in Jersey. Then we went across the river to New York. And then we got on a plane and flew across the country and landed in Beverly Hills.
I think it's so funny he started with Jersey.
Right. It started with Jersey and, now he's a big fan. I mean, I don't blame him.
No. I mean, he said he can't get into Dubai or Salt Lake City, or I think he called it the fringe cities or something, which, I understand that. I probably wouldn't watch all of them if it weren't for our job. But
no.
I just he watches Beverly Hills. I think he said New York and New Jersey. So
good choices.
That's a big time commitment for John Hamm.
I know. Next time we talk to Teresa, we'll have to get her reaction to knowing that she was the OG that John Hamm fell in love with.
Amazing.
But he's not the first, celebrity to say that they love the Housewives, right?
No, Harry Styles is a fan. We remember, I think about a year ago, Lisa Rinna made a video for him. Which was hysterical. Meryl Streep is a fan. Rihanna is a huge fan. Yes. We know that for years now. Jennifer Lawrence was, but of course we don't know now that, Erica Jane blasted her.
Yeah, seriously. And she called Erica Jane evil. So we don't know if she's on the Beverly Hills train anymore. Well, speaking of New Jersey, speaking of Teresa, she made her Dancing with the Stars debut this week, and the judges had to save her from elimination, even though she flipped the table. The fans put Jason Lewis with his partner Peta and Teresa with her partner Pasha at the bottom 4. So would you have saved Teresa?
I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be entertaining. But I love Jason from Sex and the City days, even though he looked a little older now. But I loved him. I wanted him, but he was so bad.
He was.
So maybe
bad.
I would have. She was actually slightly better than I thought she would be.
She was. I mean, besides the table flip, she actually had some nice moves, some nice lines, as they like to say. But no, I thought that she did a good job. I was, she had Louie and her daughters in the audience cheering her on. I mean, even last week, Joe Giudice gave her a little shout out, saying vote for his ex. But she did well, and I'm excited to see what she has to bring this upcoming week.
I was actually surprised she hadn't done the Dancing with the Stars already.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Well, I think she said that they asked her before and like I guess timing wasn't right with like filming and things like that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Something else I'm excited about. Let's get into this week's Real Talk because the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is premiering next week, season 3. And we recently caught up with Lisa Barlow, who talked to us about what she's most excited about and what she's most nervous about for this upcoming season. Take a look. Lisa, I am so excited about this upcoming season 3. I mean, what are you most nervous, most excited about for this season?
Oh my gosh, so many things. So I think like when it comes to being nervous, we didn't exactly leave season 2 that great. And honestly, season 1 didn't end that great either. So I just feel like it's going to be a lot. Just from what I lived, I would definitely say the key word for me for this season is retaliation. Like there's a lot of retaliation and not from me, from others.
From others. I mean, leaving off the reunion, how are you feeling? And kind of when you started this season, like you said, were you kind of going into this season with the mindset of retaliation, or how did you kind of approach this season?
No, I went into this season thinking like, hopeful that I could make amends based on the way we left things at the reunion. I was hopeful that I'm like, okay, we should be able to make amends. Like when you're friends with someone for 10 years, you should be able to go in and have a conversation and make amends. And I just think right off the back, it was like ice Lisa out, be super cruel to Lisa and punish her, which that's not how I live. That's not how I behave. So I was kind of surprised, especially given the fact that like, hey, I took full responsibility for my hot mic moment. And honestly, for me, there was so much buildup going into my room that night in Zion. Like I had just had enough, like van ride from hell, dinners from hell. Like there was nothing, like there were peaks of like happy moments, like one night when we were all dancing. But other than that, it was kind of rough. And I think for me, I had just had enough. I didn't want to be mean to my friend. I went in my room and I thought it was going to be private. Like I was packing my stuff to leave and I'm like, get me out of here. I mean, there were expletives in there and I didn't really think about it. Like after I called my husband and I'm like, I was so upset, like I couldn't take anymore. And then to have to watch that like 24 hours before the reunion, I was like, it didn't matter what else was said or done. It became like the fixation point. And where I thought I had good relationships and where I thought I was going into the reunion with others, like being my friend, it was like, a pile-on. And luckily I have like a strong sense of self and, I'm not afraid of conflict, but it was a lot. So, that definitely carried into the beginning of season 3. And, I knew that I needed to make repair, like I wanted to repair a friendship, but there's only so much you can do before it gets to a point where you're like, okay, like, I don't need this. Yeah. So I think it was rough.
Yeah, no, I mean, did you want to repair that friendship with Meredith? And did you think that you would? Because, I watched the first episode and, we see you kind of go up to Seth at the party and try to like make amends that way. But were you hopeful going into that would happen?
I didn't think we couldn't make amends because when you look at the things that other people in our friend group have said, like the whole Zion trip, 10 boyfriends, 10 lives, half of the Upper East Side. So many other things were said. And it wasn't things I felt. Those weren't things I was thinking. Those weren't things I felt. Those were not things that were confided in me. I just literally hit a boiling point where I'm like, oh my God, my feelings don't matter. And I'm so upset. And then to have to like, you're basically asking for forgiveness. And just seeing all the other relationships and the damage that has happened with other relationships, I was hopeful that I'm like, we just need to have a conversation. We need to talk it out. I did not repeat anything that was told to me in confidence. I was venting out of hurt, not out of anger. It wasn't malicious. I was hurt. Like I was hurting. And for me, I was like, no one's asking me why I'm upset. I have not seen the first episode, by the way. So I don't even know what's in it. Just from the clips I'm seeing and what I lived, I'm like, this is not going to be fun.
I'm ready for Salt Lake City.
Me too. I love Salt Lake City. Unlike John Hamm, I'm a big fan of Salt Lake City. I don't know. It's really come around. Had a little bit of a slow start season 1, but what are we, season 3 now?
season 3. And then we got all this Jen Shah drama, pleading guilty to her case. We left off last season with Meredith and Lisa both kind of going at it. You see their 10-year friendship kind of dissolving. So I think it's going to be a really good season.
Yeah. I love all the drama. Obviously, that's what we're here for. But I love seeing Salt Lake City, the snow and the mountains. And I love seeing the different cities of these places, That's why I feel like maybe Dallas didn't work out that much, because it's like not much to see in Dallas.
Right, that's true. That is true.
I don't know.
I'm like ready for a Real Housewives of Aspen. Like, where's this one? Because after watching the Aspen, there's a lot of high end stuff out there. We need a Real Housewives of Aspen.
That club that apparently didn't let cameras into.
Yes.
I need to know more about that.
I know, and we need to go to Kemosabe all the time, right?
Yeah.
Let's recap this week's episodes and pick it up back up in Aspen. I mean, okay, so who do you believe? Do you believe Kathy? Do you believe Lisa? I mean, we didn't really hear too much from what Kathy had to say about this, but I don't know. It's bothering me that we didn't even have the cameras in the Sprinter van. Why weren't they turned on?
So my husband said the same exact thing.
Yeah.
He's like, why were the producers not back at the house or in the van? He was like, I don't get it. My theory was just they're asleep. They went to sleep. It's really late. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, why wouldn't someone text the producer and be like, and don't one producer goes out with them, maybe for iPhone videos?
That's what I would think, because if you can't bring a camera into the club, they want you to film something by yourself. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Something's written. He thinks something's written in Kathy Hilton's contract that says I get to have final say over what's shown and what's not.
Well, Kyle is actually an executive producer on the show. So maybe she was like, we can't show this.
Wow.
I don't know. This is just
I need to see it, you guys. I need to see it. I need to see this meltdown, because I need to know if it's as bad as you're saying it was. And we don't even know what the conga line triggered it. I'm so confused. So I thought maybe the tequila triggered it because Kathy or Lisa tried the Jenner tequila, which I would have said to Lisa, why don't I try Vanderpump Rosé and not Rinna Rosé? That was weird. But I don't know. I don't think that triggered it, because then Lisa's the one she vented to in the Sprinter van, apparently. Yeah. So if it was about her, why would she be venting to her?
Right.
Then I was like, is it because Kyle critiqued her outfit?
It does seem like, Lisa was saying Kathy is so jealous of Kyle because, even though Kathy has everything, Kyle has a little bit more. I'm like, I don't know about that.
More? I mean, I know they're all very well off, but Hilton?
Right. I mean, she eats baked potatoes and caviar for lunch. I mean, I think you're doing okay. It's hard for me to kind of get behind this. They were blowing this up for so many months and we don't see it. So I don't know. I'm like, this is not a big deal to me, as big as you guys said it was, unless maybe next episode we get more answers when Kyle and Kathy and Lisa sit down.
I feel like we're not, but I hope we do. I do think, though, almost all of them saw it a little bit or saw the start of the meltdown, and all of them commented that it was kind of crazy. So I think it happened. I think that's legit. And Kathy's not denying it. But I don't know the extent of it. And
I don't know. Yeah. And when Lisa was saying that she wanted to take down NBC, take down Bravo, something snapped. I would just like to know what it was.
Me too.
Yeah. And
if it exists,
she's going to destroy Kyle and her family.
I know.
I don't know.
Crazy.
It is crazy. It is really crazy. Hopefully
their daughters are so close.
Yes. And Paris has been liking a lot of tweets that, are saying negative things about Kyle and Lisa. So it definitely seems like maybe this definitely did cause a rift in the family.
I still think that American Woman show that they brought up this week really put a rift between them. I mean, and that's kind of, I understand that a little bit. If one of my sisters created a show loosely based on my mom and didn't tell me about it, I would be fuming.
I'd be pissed. Yeah, I would
for
be
years.
Really
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And then she showed up to Crystal's party and kind of walked in no big deal, nothing happened.
Yeah. That was funny too.
It was funny. But I don't know. I just feel like I wanted, like, yes, I feel like this is a big deal, but I kind of wanted more.
Yeah,
I don't know,
me too.
right?
I wanted more. It was the same with The Bachelorette, the finale, where it's like we didn't get the full story between Rachel and Tino.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt the same exact way this week. I'm like, what is going on with reality TV? Don't turn the cameras off, guys.
That's the whole point. Like, we need answers. Like, you can't and then give us half a story. Like, it's so unsatisfying for the viewers. It really is. And then Erica and Sutton seem to be turning a corner together. I can't keep up with their friendship anymore either.
No, that was funny. I was laughing out loud with Sutton's comments about the plane going down, like looking for smoke. Because why is she apologizing suddenly? But
I love that.
I liked it.
Yeah, and it seems like she kind of got over the whole Erica Garcelle talking about the earrings on the reel. She got over that fairly quickly, which I was surprised about too.
Yeah, and moving on from the earrings, I just feel like enough already. Are we going to spend another episode talking about these earrings?
Seriously, yeah.
But do you think she should have given them back?
Yes, 100%. Don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I think in the beginning of the season, I was like, well, when the news first came out, I was like, oh, it's her last thing. Like, right. But no, she should have just given them back. I didn't realize like it was going to be such a big storyline.
I didn't either. Like, such a big story. And it's like, just say that you felt bad for the victims. Like, that's all you had to say. And then we could have moved on. And then like we end the episode with Lisa leaving the party because she just couldn't be around Kathy.
Yeah. I don't know. Let us know in the comments, guys. Are you team Kathy? Are you team Rinna? Are you team Kyle? Are you no one's team right now? Because it's confusing. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
Well, let's head on over to Atlanta where we got our second episode of the reunion. I'm loving the reunion. It is fiery. It is spicy. And these women are not holding back at all.
No. Marlo's backstory, that was shocking to me. Marlo just in general is kind of like a lot, but I enjoyed it. I believe she's only a friend of the Housewives up until this season, and this is her first official season as a housewife. And I think she should come back as a housewife. I think she's earned her peach.
She definitely did. And her and Kenya, like going back and forth, these women are sharp with their comebacks. They really are.
Yeah.
Like,
I love it. Oh, gosh, I forget exactly. Marlo called her some kind of liar or something.
Yes.
She's like, I just have something little to say. And Andy Cohen was like, that's not little.
Right. Like, you are like a lying bitch. It was crazy. Like, the two of them really go at it. And like, yes, Kenya was like, I feel bad for your backstory, but I don't believe anything you're saying pretty much. And then they had this.
She didn't believe her name.
No, you said her name is LaToya. And she's like, no, that's actually not my name.
I know. And then they showed her birth certificate and it did say Marlo's. And I was like, whose team am I on? I don't know.
The line of the season definitely is, though, I am an icon and you're an ex-con. Like, that was just, Kenya is just such a great housewife. She really is.
She really is.
Yeah. But then, like, they had the burglary, the whole argument about whether or not she should have shared details sooner. It's just a lot of a messy situation, but it definitely was a really good reunion.
Yeah. I do feel like we didn't hear much about that burglary. Like,
no.
With Derick, I know like when the guys broke in, what happened, what they took. And it's like with this one, I barely heard about it.
Barely heard about it. Marlo was like, I guess she was like yelling from the top of the stairs, come on up, I'm here. Like, you want to mess with me? I can't.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, we have one more episode from this season of Atlanta. It seems like the house husband's coming next week, so it'll be good to kind of wrap that up. But overall, it was a good season. I mean, this was like a new cast, with Sheree coming back, Sheree coming back, and Marlo getting her peach. So I feel like we still need and Sonia, but I still feel like we need one more episode for this group to really gel. And I think it's going to be maybe one of the best ones. And then, like I said, we have Salt Lake City next week coming, and then the week after that is Potomac. And Potomac, I know, is a fan favorite to a lot of people. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you guys watch Potomac, because we want to know how much we need to delve into it. We're big fans, but we want to know what you guys watch. So tell us if you watch Salt Lake City, Potomac, and if there's any shows you want to hear more about.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, let's get into our social spotlight of the week. Mandy, what was your social spotlight?
All right, well, it goes to Whitney Rose since we have Salt Lake City coming back. She shared these interview looks and asked for fans to vote on their favorite. The reason it stood out to me is that the second photo, she looks like a different person.
She 100% does. She looks like Lindsay Hubbard from Summer House.
From Summer House, totally. Maybe they go to the same beautician. Different people.
Definitely, totally different people.
I'm
trying to figure out which one I like the best.
I know. I kind of like the one where she looks different.
Like totally different. I mean, gorgeous in every photo, but totally different.
And their style in Salt Lake, that's something to be seen too. Like,
It really is. It's amazing. So my social spotlight went to comments by Bravo. Noticed it. So Eva Longoria launched Casa del Sol tequila. So Casa del Sol tequila, of course, what Kathy was trying to get everybody to taste.
Yeah.
So Lisa Rinna writes in the comments, wait, is your tequila? Oh my God. I'm so confused. Congrats. So we looked a little bit more into this. So Kathy is actually an investor in the tequila brand. Eva Longoria is the face of it. She launched it. It's her tequila, but oh my God, so crazy.
That is confusing. Tequila Gate lives on.
It really does. So funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if they try it now that they know that Eva Longoria is involved.
I know.
Nuts. Well, Mandy, it is so good to have you back.
I'm so happy to be back.
Definitely. All right. Well, let us know your thoughts on this week's craziness of Beverly Hills, Atlanta, everything in the comments below. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.